to live stream. I believe this is number 23 or 24. So I'm almost at 25 live streams. But welcome. My name's Steve Winnecki, and I'll be your host for today's live stream. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It really helps out. And turn on the notifications so you can get updates when I do these live streams and other updates with my website and my projects that I'm working on. But if you're here watching a replay, I'd like to thank you and check out some of my other videos. So currently we are working on a print. It's a landscape of a rocky, 3 rock cliffs. One's here. You can see there's one in the foreground, there's one in the middle here, and there's one in the background. And we'll be working on this background one and a little piece of land mass that's down here. First, I have to pull up the stream. Hold on for 1 second. Here we are, so I can see the comments. So here's my Baron. Hold on 1 second. I have to get something else. I use this floor mat because the hardwood floor is kind of squeaky. All right. So this is the print currently. And I already have my colors mixed up. This is going to be a transitional stage, I believe, because I'm introducing some greens and some blues. They're going to be kind of dark, and it's going to be kind of dramatic, I think. So let's start with rolling these inks out. There's a little gradation of like a blue-green to like a yellow-green. So I have a small roller for this one. I just pull the ink straight back. This is reductive Linocut or linoleum cut. I'm using one block and slowly taking material away as I go. So you can see I just carved this section here, some textures and some stippling, and this area down here. So I'm really only focusing on those 2 areas today. And I apologize if there's any noise because they are doing construction down the street. New York City seems like there's always construction going on. So this is the only section I'm needing down here today. You could see a little bit of texture. I used the Dremel tool to create some texture there. So that's that color. And the second color is towards the top here. I'm going to pull some of this ink down. And this print is going into, hopefully if I finish it on time, it's going into an exhibition that opens November 3rd or November 4th. The Gunks, it's in New Paltz or Gardner, New York. And that's the area that I'm depicting here. It's where I rock climb. I'm making this work for that exhibition. So hopefully I can get it finished on time. So I have a little bit of gradation. It's hard to see maybe in this light, but it's a little bit of dark. I'm going right across the top of this ridge here. It's going to look a little strange because I'm just leaving these marks here at the end of the roller. That'll all be covered at some point, so it's going to look a little strange today after I pull it off the block. So here we have it, our 2 colors, and I don't know if these colors are going to work, so we'll pull our first impression. and we'll see if it works. I did mix a little bit of transparent base in these, so they are a little bit transparent, so some of this purple color will come through. But let's see how this looks. So putting this print paper into the registration marks. I just use this bearing to press down lightly, and then I take this over to my printing press, which is off camera. So just give me 1 minute as I pass this through. That's one pass. And then we get to unveil. This is the fun part about printmaking. It's seeing what it looks like. Ooh, see, you can tell it's a transitional. It's very different. And it's looking like this is too dark for my liking. A little bit too dark. And even this is a little, I like this color, but it's a little too dark. I'd like it to be more subtle. Just a little bit more subtle. So I'm gonna have to make adjustments to these colors. So I'll leave this here. I need to lighten these values a little bit. So I'm gonna move this block out of the way. They don't have to be changed a lot. I just have to add a little bit of white into each color. So I guess we'll do that real quick. And I need, hold on 1 second. So I need a razor or a scraper just to clean up this ink here. I have palette knives, so I'm going to separate this color. I'm going to get a little bit of white. It's a little too dark. So I'll put white up here on this palette. And this is what you have to do if you want your colors adjusted. You have to make minor adjustments sometimes. So you better do it now before you can ruin the whole print if you just keep going. I mean, I could cover over this, I could print this color, and if I'm not happy with it, I could color it again. But I think if I just add a little bit of white to each color, it will adjust the colors appropriately. So I'm starting to introduce green into this. So it's a green over that purple color. So that should do. So I'm gonna line up this ink here. One color at a time. And I'm gonna push this color right up against that. Hopefully get this gradation working. Then what I do is I just clean up with the razor blade. Just go straight across and just clean this up. And then bring this pigment over. You want it as wide as your roller here. It's a little too wide, but that's okay. It's better to have more than less, I guess. And then I'm constantly cleaning my palette knife. Then I just push it back so it's even, and I just bring it forward. You do it again, just keep it in the same spot, bring it forward. So that's that color. Do the same thing for this one. I'm going to get a scrap piece of paper, and I'm just going to roll this out. A little too dark. I'll do the same for this one. I'm going to roll this ink out. That color is done. And now we're going to add some white to this. So same process as before. Bear with me here. It's just something I have to do. But this is a good lesson if you're learning how to make oil-based linoleum prints. Sometimes you have to change your colors at the last moment. Need some more white. A little bit more on this one. So I'm not going for just a dramatic value change. I'm going more for like a tone change, a color change. So from that purple, I'm trying to go to a green. I do want it darker at the top of the ridge. Sorry, I'm pointing to this. I do want it darker at the top of the ridge, but this is a little too dark. So I just want more of a little subtle transition there. So add some white to this. Let me take a little bit of this away. Just put it off to the side. I don't think I need all that. Mix this down here. It's not a huge change, but it's just a subtle value change. Push these inks together. Clean up. Across the palette. Something like that. All right, so now we can try again. So roll this ink out. Now we still have the ink on this block, so probably should clean that off as well. Let me just get a rag here. Sorry for the delay, but sometimes this happens. I sprayed this block with a polyurethane, so the ink will wipe off of this real easily. This is just a rag. All right. Let's roll out our second color. Got some ink in the margin here, so we'll clean that up. All right. So let's try another one and see what it looks like. Take it over to the press. It's a little bit more subtle. You have to imagine this is all going to be covered. Even this section here, down here, will be covered with different tones. So we're really just looking at that part up there. And then here, it's not much of a value change. It's more just chroma or colors. Going from that purple, I guess it's a little bit darker, but that's when we just want to step it forward one value. And you can see the texture that I added in there. Each layer, just a couple little marks to indicate some distant trees. Yeah, I think I like, so I'm looking at this section here, from that mountain range up into the sky. I'm happy with that. So let's move forward with these colors. I also can adjust the value of this color, or these colors, by the amount of ink I put on the block. So currently there's a lot of ink on the roller and there's a lot of ink on the block. So this time I'm just gonna ink it up a little bit thinner, and I can adjust there's a lot of ink on these rollers. So I can see through the ink, and I can just want to cover the area that I know where I need it. So I haven't had any comments yet today. Someone can make a comment, post a comment just to let me know that you can hear me okay. Say hello. I'm guessing Pam's out there. Pam, are you out there? Someone needs to say hello. But feel free to ask any questions. Thanks, Matt. I knew somebody was out there. Matt, how are your prints going? Are you working on any of your prints with your new your new inks. Oh wow, hello Ariel. I think here first, that's the first time you commented. All right, here we go. So it's really just, you can't see with this, but let me grab a straight edge. Or this piece of paper. Let me just get a piece of paper. So really it's just that. It's gonna be that section up there is all we see. And then down here, you're only gonna see really like that much of that little piece. So I'm not worrying about these over printing areas. Today's a nice, cool fall day. I wish I was outside climbing or riding my bike, but it's alright, I'm in here doing this work. Slowly introducing some greens coming forward towards the foreground. So we need to add a little bit more ink onto this section here. Just gonna bring a little of this ink down. Maybe Pam isn't there today. Oh, Pam is. Hello, Pam. You didn't miss much, Pam. I just had to mix up some inks in the beginning because they were too dark. So I had to mix all my inks over again. That took up some time. I had to slightly adjust. Yeah, so we're starting to bring in these blues and these greens in the foreground. So it's starting, this is a very much of a transition stage. So when you get to the middle, about the middle area of a print, it always looks very strange because you're like transitioning from like the background, and at least for my prints, there's a weird transitional stage. So right now you have to kind of imagine that I'm only keeping that section up there, and then this little triangle section down here. So that's all you're going to see there, up there. So you just have to have a vision of where this is going, knowing that these other areas are going to get covered up. I saw that Dremel, that little rotary tool you have that you sent me, Pam, on Instagram or somewhere. And that's what I've been using. It's called a Dremel tool. I'll show it to you. It's just a rotary tool. Dremel's the brand name. And I've been using that to put in these little textures along the way. And it's really fun because I could do this little stippling and just add little textures here and there along the print. And it's very fast. But the Dremel I have, it's the Dremel tool that I have, it's a 8250. It's a rechargeable battery, and this is a good one because it has multiple speeds, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. And you can get all different kinds of bits for the top. So this thing just, it's really nice. You can see I just carved that little line, and that's deep enough. Just made a mess of my print. That's okay, my block. It's just deep enough to be able to get these little textures in there. So yeah, it's been super fun. And don't do that. Don't use the Dremel tool when you have wet ink on your block. All right, so let's do that. Oh good, I'm glad you found some oil that works. For cleaning up your rollers. This area here is kind of, it's right here. There's not a lot of pressure there. I don't know if it's because the board is warped or, but that's okay because I'm carving this, I'm going to be printing this section separately. So I kind of like that that's thinner, more of a faded area. I kind of like that. And it's kind of consistent with a lot of the prints. So if I look at the last one, it's similar. But I could add a little bit more ink in that area. So after you pull the print off of the block, you just give it a look over, see if you can see any mistakes or see what's happening with each one. And then you make fine adjustments along the way. I need to get moving on these prints because I'm running out of time. I have 1 month to finish this print, finish the other rocky cliff print with the trees. And I've decided I'm going to do that one. I was originally going to do it with just water-based pigment like Mocha Honga print. But I think it's going to be easier for me to just do it as a woodcut and print with oil pigments. Similar to what I'm doing now. Yeah, this is an interesting color scheme. The foreground is going to be rich with dark greens, oranges, reds, fall colors. And this distant area is kind of just more of a sunset, distant sunset area. I don't have a real color scheme plan for this. I'm just going along. So this is the color sheet that I'm working from. So I just keep track of, at the end of my printing, I'll just use my roller and roll out the colors. And I just slowly test my colors that I'm mixing on top of what's already there. So it's important to have something like this to judge your colors and values from. Just cleaning up this ink. And today's the first day of October. I was gonna go up today to this area and camp for a day or two and try to do some plein air painting, painting outside, because the fall colors up there are really nice right now. And I was gonna try to make some paintings, quick paintings for this exhibition, but I have this project, the other print project, and 2 other paintings that I'm working on, so I was just like, I have to just focus on getting this stuff finished. I have a really bad habit of starting projects in the middle of ongoing projects, and then I just never get anything done. I'm really bad at starting new things, and that's just because I really love the process and I love starting something new. It's just I don't know, it's like a dopamine fix or something, but starting a new block, starting a new project, a new painting, those early steps along the way are some of the ones that I enjoy the most. And I have a hard time finishing paintings. I never know when to stop. And sometimes I overwork a painting or I just lose interest in it and I'll just give up on it. I just abandon it. So I have trying to work through that and knowing that that's how I am as an artist or as a person. So I chose not to go up there, but I think I am going to go up there tomorrow. My son has off school tomorrow, and I think we're going to go up there for just a day. So I might get some climbing in tomorrow. So you probably won't see me on this live stream tomorrow because I'll be up. I'm going to cycle some of the trails up there during the day, and I'm going to try to do a quick little outdoor painting. maybe if I get service up there where I am, maybe I could do a quick little live stream on site while I'm painting. I was thinking about going to this same spot. There's an overlook that looks down across all the ridges. It's high up on the mountain and you get to see this nice valley. And so I was thinking about going there and just painting. So if I get service up there, the service is spotty up there, but I think I can get a decent service on my phone. And if that's the case, I'll bring my tripod and maybe I'll do a quick little 15 or 20 minute live stream up there. And I'll probably do it at the same time as today, which is noon. I'm going to try to keep it consistent with noon, just because try to stay on somewhat of a schedule. Maybe people can check it out during their lunch break or whatever. So I think we plan on going up there, leave here at 8, and then I'll be up there at 9:30, 10 at the latest, an hour to get to the location. So yeah, it should be perfect for a little on-site live stream. We'll do a little painting. Can even just show you the area. It's such a unique area, and the colors up there are beautiful right now. Got some garbage on my block. Gotta get that out of there. And then my friend's gonna meet me. He's gonna leave work early, hopefully. He's gonna leave at 1, be up there by 3, and then I'll around 3 or 4 o'clock I'll do some rock climbing, and do that till it gets dark, maybe 4 to 7 for 3 hours or so. And then we'll head to his house. He lives down the road. We'll eat dinner with his family. His kids have off school as well. So tomorrow's going to be a little bit of a family day. A little day for me to get a bicycle ride in, do a little painting, a little climbing, and then dinner with our families. So it'll be a nice day off from the studio. So I can get outside and enjoy the beautiful fall foliage. And the temps tomorrow are going to be perfect for all of those activities. I think I've come up with a title for my exhibition. It's really hard for me to write titles for things, like titles for my work, and I always struggle with writing artist statements and bios and stuff like that when I have work in exhibitions. I don't like to talk about myself too much, or try to talk about my work. But I think I come up with the title. And I'll be sending that out. I had to design a little poster and a little advertisement for the website, for their website. So I'll be sending that out to my newsletter. So if you want to see that, go to my website and sign up for my newsletter. I'll be sending information out about the exhibition with the poster and the title within the next couple days. So go to my website, sign up for my newsletter. And if you're not subscribed on my YouTube channel, please consider doing that. And and turn on the notifications. So you can stay updated. I also think I'm going to announce on my newsletter maybe a couple days before I release new prints. I'll list the time. I'll give like a 24-hour notice of when the prints are going to be available, and they'll be available for a reduced cost to people that have my newsletter for maybe 48 hours or something. So you get first choice, and you get a reduced price on any prints that I'm putting out there. And then it'll just be an announcement to the general public. I'll do that on Instagram. So this is print's going well so far. I'm really liking this paper. I'm gonna buy more of this paper, or just start using it exclusively. It's a little bit expensive, but it's high quality. Oh, somebody's here. I think that's my saw. I need to go get that. Let me see. I'm gonna go get that. Hold on.
Hi, delivery?
Yeah, how are you? Thank you. Okay. False alarm. It wasn't my package. Unfortunately, that wasn't my package. Sorry for doing that. I ordered a saw. It's coming today. And I'll show you. It's a saw similar to this one, which is like a razor saw. This is good for really fine work on wood, like in a miter box. But I ordered a nicer one. It's larger. It's 10 inches long. It's about 1.5 inches deep. And I'm going to be doing some framing. So I have some smaller paintings that are going in the exhibition, and I want to frame them with some. I ordered some white oak, and I'm going to be framing up those little paintings. I think they'll look really nice with a nice oak frame around them. It's a thin molding, but I need a larger saw. It's called I ordered a dovetail saw. So I'll probably be videotaping that process as well, making a YouTube video out of it. Why not? Framing up work, framing up small paintings, and I'll show the materials that I'm using. I'll list the list the website where I ordered the wood from and the tools that I'm using. So I was excited. I thought that was my saw. It's coming today. It's out for delivery. Yeah, the sky starting to get rich with light. The darker we get here, the more that sky starts to pop. Starts to see those warm tones in the clouds. Yeah, so this is so far it's a fun little print. I've been enjoying this one. I've been experimenting a little, trying out some new things. I'm just having fun with it. Keeping my expectations low. It's kind of been my mantra the last few months. Just keeping low expectations. Seems to be working out for me. I'll do one or two more of these and then we'll say goodbye. I do want to record a couple of these for YouTube videos. I forgot to do that last impression. I just went through the whole stack without recording. I can always pull from the live stream replays, but the quality isn't the same. It's a lower quality. I realized I could pull clips so I can download the replay of these live streams, and I could just pull clips of like the highlights or just whatever sections that I want, and I could just turn those clips into little reels or little shorts. Oops, just dropped my print on the floor. Luckily it landed face up. Yeah, and I could take those clips and make little reels or shorts. Just throw them out there. So I might start doing that. After this exhibition thing is done and it's up, I'm really going to be focusing on marketing and YouTube and really starting to grow this printmaking thing as a business. I'd like to start doing some online lessons or some group lessons or individual lessons. I'm currently unemployed, which is great because I get to focus on my artwork. But I'm reaching a point where I need to get more steady income. So I'm starting to feel the stress financially. So I really need to start making some decisions of what I'm going to do next. Yeah, this is gonna be a nice little print, I think. Fingers crossed. Sometimes I ruin these things right at the very last moment. So we'll do one more, and then I'll say goodbye for the day. And look out for a live stream at this very location tomorrow. That would be pretty cool, I think. For all of you that have been following, you can see exactly what I'm trying to depict in this print. If not, I'll get video and I'll make a little video or something from tomorrow. So regardless, you'll be able to see it. But that'd be cool if we get a little live stream in tomorrow. Do a little painting. Oops. And I can see in the YouTube, these colors are similar, but they're different. This one's a little bit more blue, and this one's a little bit more green. I did that on purpose, just to start bringing in some variety of colors. And you can see I dropped this print. I got a little ink from the roller on the back of the sheet. It's not the end of the world, but I'm going to just get a piece of scrap paper, put this face down. I'm just gonna try to pull up some of that ink. Do that a couple times. So you can see the ink coming up. It's just a minor flaw. I'm not too worried about that kind of stuff. It adds character. So what I do with prints where this kind of stuff happens, I usually just keep it for myself, or I give it to my parents or someone who wants to, someone who I know won't mind that there's a little smudge on the back. Every time I hit my wheel here on the press, it sounds like a meditation bell. Kind of like that. Maybe that's what I should do after every impression. Ring the press wheel. Pam says she'll buy it. Oh, Pam, I finally found this. Pulled it out for you. So I need to scan this, and I'm going to send it to you. The scan. I'm going to print it out large. And I want to ask you, do you want me to... this is like a collage I made. So these are the pieces. I said after I'm done printing, I take these rollers and I have scrap paper, and I'll roll out the ink. And I have a huge collection of it. So this is all Mokuhanga pieces of prints and sections that didn't work. Or I do the same thing with Mokuhanga. So these are all just little scrap pieces of pigments. And you can see these are like snowflakes from some Hasui prints in there. And I just abstractly design these. And they're pretty cool. I like them. I wish I could have more time. It actually takes a long time to do this because I have to, with a razor blade, cut out each little shape. But my question is, Pam, do you want me to, in Photoshop, do a line, like a hard black line around each shape, so that when I print it, it's just the black and white, like spider web or the outline of all of these shapes. And then I'll send you a color. So on the Gampi paper, it'll just be the outline. And then I'll send you a copy of this on just a regular piece of copy paper. Is that okay? Let me know. I don't remember where I was at here. I was rolling this out, I think. Did I roll this one out already? Feels like it. Okay. So it's dangerous having these inked rollers right near where I'm printing. So I have to learn from my mistakes and stop making so many mistakes. Oh, one other question. Do you want it... Are you putting this... Are you going to put the outline of this on the front of your... Or on the back? So should I print it off? I guess it doesn't matter because it'll be transparent. You'll be able to see through it, so it doesn't matter. Never mind. All right, cool. Moving forward. This will be the last impression for today. So Pam's going to take that little collage and do some embroidery and try to replicate it at a larger scale with different kinds of materials, and she's going to have some fun with that design. And Pam is a very talented craft, what do you call yourself? Craftsperson? Craftwoman? But she does embroidery and makes these little artistic quilts, and they're really cool. She's very talented. It'll be on the front. Okay. Either way, you'll be able to see through the paper. So she's a quilter. There you go. But you can find her through my Instagram and give her a follow. She does some really amazing work. You should start your own YouTube channel, because I'm sure a lot of people would be interested in what you're doing. She says, no way. All right, so this will be the last one, and then I'll say goodbye. And I'll see you tomorrow around noon. So if I have good service, I'd do a quick little announcement on my Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, I'll put it on my story. If you don't follow me on Instagram, go find me over there and you'll get an announcement. I've been posting these live streams on Instagram and on the community tab on my YouTube channel. So hopefully we'll see you tomorrow, and you can see some beautiful New York State fall colors. So let's just do a before and after. You can see the dramatic change today, the transitional stages of the print. Before and after. It's amazing how one impression can really bring forward all right. Oh, and you can see I made a mistake on this one. I have ink in the margin because I didn't clean up the margin. So that's what happens when you don't pay attention. You're not careful. So I made a couple mistakes today. That's all right. That's what happens. You have to learn from your mistakes. So always keep those margins clean. So I'll do the same thing with that last one. I'll just, luckily that's, it's not a big deal. I wish it didn't happen, but it's not a huge deal. So again, I'm just going to do the same thing as I did before. I'm just going to carefully pull that ink off. I'm not going to be able to remove it, but yeah, it sometimes happens. All right, everyone, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. We'll see you tomorrow, I hope. Have a good night.